But the word of the Lord tells us that do not afraid. Why? Because God is in control. God will surely take care of each and everything. Dear people of God, this is the promise of God for all of us, that God will surely protect us. What King David says, even I go through the darkest valley of the shadow of death, I will no fear, because he know that even the protection of God is there. So in this new year, do not afraid. When you get up early in the morning, remember that the word of the Lord tells us, do not afraid. God is in control. God will surely take care of everything. And another P is P for promise of God. The fourth one is promise of God. And it is the promise of God that God fulfill here. The promise that God did with his people, Israelites, that God is going to give you a sign. And that sign is the one virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they will call his name Emmanuel. This is the promise of God which God did with the Eve in the Eden garden, that from woman one will come who will crush the head of serpent. And when Jesus was on the Calvary cross, he died, buried, and rose again. Then Apostle Paul says, "O death, where is your sting? O death, where is your victory?" So the promise of God fulfilled on the Calvary cross. It was the promise that God said and God did to his servant King David. And God says, your throne will establish for forever, and there will not be end of your kingdom. And that promise got fulfilled in his scripture when we read Gospel of Luke chapter 1. So God is such a promise keeper God. And God want to give us assurance that promises of God never fails. When there is a plan of God, when there is a purpose of God, there is a promise of God for all of us. And gives us assurance that does not matter whether we are faithful to God or not, this is the different thing. But God is always faithful to us, and God is going to fulfill his promises from our life. Another thing,